Jake, Midnight, thank you for coming, my man.
Yeah.
It has been a crazy journey. And you know what's funny? I can't actually say that to a lot of people, but you've been here since the beginning of like the caregiver thing all the way to present.
Well, I mean, I was here before. You know, my dad was a smuggler, right?
What? So, no, tell us, what do you mean?
Oh, yeah. You know, hell, my dad was smuggling hash oil in 71. Yeah, honestly, my dad did a whole Afghan Kabul trail trip where he went over to Afghanistan and Iran and traded LSD and learned how to make hash oil in 71, even before High Times was invented in 76 by Tom Florcade. You know, my dad was always talking with them about trying to get that story on there because he was one of the first few guys to actually bring hash oil. I did not know that.
That's why I'm asking you. Like, I know if I didn't know that, I'm sure there's other people that didn't know that.
Yeah. So yeah, he kind of just dropped out of Central Michigan, like 6 credits left, and decided to go over there with about 7 of his buddies.
So you inherited the hustle. You inherited the hustle.
The love for the cannabis plant. Yep. He searched it all over. He went as like a spiritual journey hippie guy, right? Hair down to his ass. Just went over kind of looking for a journey, and he kind of like bumped onto the whole thing because, you know, he's walking through a bazaar in Afghanistan, and basically some guys in like a Mercedes limo just drove up to him and thought he was some hash smuggler, some crazy hash smuggler, and he was just a guy on a spiritual journey, and brought him into the car and showed him like a pie tin of hash oil, like the shit we were making in 2008, open blasting in our rooms and shit.
The retro like, caregiver, old school.
They would take big plants of keef and they'd beat the keef, you know, get it in the plants, and then they'd go down and get the ethanol and they'd extract it with a light ethanol purge, and they'd purge it on top of their roofs. It was 120 degrees in Afghanistan, so it'd purge out on their roofs. Then they'd take it down. It'd be like that blackish, crude stuff, but it was hash oil. Purged, it was the same, you know, rough way of doing it.
Back in the day, how would they consume? I mean, they didn't have Puffco Peaks. They didn't have. What was the way you seen? Was it the cup, the lighter, all? Like,
yeah, you know, they put it on a pin, right, and catch it under the cup, and then inhale the cup. Or a lot of times they just rub it on the joints, right? They just rub it on their joints and roll it. I mean, it's funny because my dad would say they bring it back with the intents to make all this money on the hash oil, and they end up just smoking it all. You know,
that sounds like some shit that would go on nowadays.
Yeah,
you know, it's funny, you think about like a licensed grower, you wonder how much of their own product they end up smoking. You know, I got some buddies that have grows, and I can tell you they're definitely smoking a lot of their product.
Yeah, they're allowed, what, an ounce a month?
Per employee.
So, yeah, exactly.
And that's that they can scan out for free. I mean, you can send it to us. You know, there's ways to get your own product. I mean, given that you could get it for free, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would. That's the whole point. Hopefully you want to smoke your own product, right? I mean, hopefully, right?
I mean,
yeah.
I always like enjoying my own flower. You know, I love enjoying other people's products. I always keep a wide array of other people's stuff because why not? You know, I love cannabis as a whole, so.
Yeah, exactly. I'm 100% with that. All the way from the extracts to the flower to the edibles to the tinctures to the rubs. You know. So
where did Midnight Roots come from? What did the idea come from? Like, where is it just like what made you want to run with that concept?
Well, my dad died in 2014, right? And I was kind of partnered with him as we were growing caregivers, and we'd grow together, and we were winning cups. You know, we won the first cup in 2014 together, and then
what was the cup for?
Catfish.
And there was a flower entry.
A flower entry for sativa flower with Arborcide. Yep.
Shout out some OGs there.
Yeah, right. You know, we were one of the first to help win with those guys. You know, they were great. They've always treated us great. And congrats for them to getting their license now.
Finally, right? Yeah, that's so cool to see. Big shout out Dom. Big shout out Alex. Great people over at Arborcide.
Yeah, Rory. Good shout out to you guys.
Rory, of course. I just met the guys in store I always see. Dom's a cool guy, man.
I love Dom and Alex. Yeah, they're good guys. And then he passed, and the name kind of comes from just a combination of different stories about my dad and kind of forming that Midnight Roots name. So it was kind of based around his memory and just keeping it going. You know?
Was there something that made you guys want to call it that together? Like father, son, you guys, you know, saw something on TV? I mean, I'm just curious. I always ask this question. I'm not trying to drill you. I just like, was there something that brought out the name?
Oh, that's funny. I mean, yeah, there really is. I mean, do you want to know the story?
Yeah, I know. I do. I do, bro.
Okay, so there's this TV show called Robot Chicken, right? Are you familiar with Robot Chicken? It's a TV show where
I haven't seen it, but I've seen clip art. You know what I mean? I've seen images of it pop up on the internet.
Yeah, they take like G.I. Joe guys and He-Man and they make videos with them. They take characters. Well, okay, so, it's going to take a second. So my dad came over to our house one time during a trim, and he came in the room, and we were all sitting there, and he goes, "Hey guys," and there's like 8 of us trimming, and he walks in the basement, and we're trimming, and he goes, "Hey guys, I got a new nickname for myself." I mean, what do you say when a guy walks in and says, "I got a new nickname for yourself"? We're all sitting there stoned as hell. We're like, what the fuck? Who comes up with their own nickname? Okay, yeah, go for it, bro. Let's hear your fucking nickname. Okay. Yeah. And he goes, "The Midnight Rider." And we're like,
the Midnight Rider.
Like, come on, you can't pick the Midnight Rider. Like, you can't be the Midnight Rider.
That's a name that has to pick you. You know what I mean?
Like, you can't just. So we were all laughing our ass off, right? A bunch of guys laughing in the basement. Okay, the Midnight Rider, and he walks in, and then as soon as he's like laughing, we're laughing at him. He trips over we used to take the cages, tomato cages, we'd turn them upside down and hang the weed on it, and then put it in a tent to dry it. He falls into like 3 of them. Just falls into them. They just fly up in the air like it's a cartoon and shit like that. And we're like, oh, what the fuck, like that. And so he falls over, and we go, your nickname is now Fumbles.
Fumbles.
And he was like, what? And we go, yeah, you're Fumbles, right? And he started laughing, and he goes, it's OG Fumbles. We'll give you OG Fumbles, right?
OG Fumbles.
So it was from a Robot Chicken show where there was a character on the G.I. Joes who kind of goes in and decides he wants to ask his own code name, which was Kill Shot. And they were all like, you can't choose your own code name. It was the whole scenario I just kind of laid out. And then in the end, he gets the name by killing all of them, and they kind of laugh. But my dad, at the end of the life, right, he got raided a couple times, right? And we think, the drug war, PTSD might have caused his aneurysm at the end of his life. And he never got sentenced though, right? So in the whole name of the Midnight Rider, that song, the Midnight Rider, You Never Catch Me, I'm the Midnight Rider, he never got caught, right? He never actually got sentenced. So he died one day before his sentencing, right? His weed sentence, where he got rated as a caregiver with the same amount of plants you're allowed to have, and I was stupid. But yeah, so when he died, we gave him the Midnight Rider. So Midnight Roots would be the roots of Midnight Rider.
Wow, bro, that's cool as hell.
Yeah,
I appreciate you telling us that, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's sweet that you would, come on and share that. R.I.P. to your father, bro. He sounds like an awesome guy.
He's a good guy. Yeah.
Any soldier of cannabis is somebody I always look up to, bro. So, so you guys come up with the name. What is the first product you guys made? What was the first branded Midnight product, or not even branded? Like, what was it? Was it a flower crop? I mean,
yeah, we were doing flower, and we were doing concentrates with another one of my buddies right now, who's now known as Closed Loop Cartel. He's one of my other buddies. He's doing a great job. He should be doing well pretty soon, getting his own thing going. But we were producing extracts, and I would produce flower as a caregiver. And then we started producing the Midnight Bar. So I produced that with a couple different chefs, and I've kept that going now for almost 10 years now. But
people don't realize how much goes into these bars.
It's not easy.
So I only say that because before marijuana, I had no idea what went into a fucking chocolate bar. You know what I mean? My experience was walking into the grocery store, buying whatever one I liked and eating it. I didn't have any experience. And then as working in cannabis, I've met with people like you and different brands that have done or attempted to do chocolate. And it's just crazy. I've learned about chocolatiers. That is the right term, right?
Yeah. People that base their life around chocolate. It's a big deal,
So talk about the chocolate bars. I mean, what made you decide, hey, you know what, fucking, I'm doing a chocolate bar? What was the thought behind that?
Well, there's a chemical in chocolate called andamine, right? And it binds with THC, kind of like mangoes do. Right, there's a thing in mangoes that you can kind of get higher if you eat mangoes before you smoke, because it has andamine in it. So chocolate kind of has an entourage effects with andamine. And it's a great product. I didn't want to do gummies. Everybody's doing gummies.
Yeah, nobody does gummies.
And not anything like that.
Nobody does gummies.
It's the biggest product. Gummies is the number one selling thing.
No, it is what it is. You're right.
I decided to stick with chocolate. And I focused on chocolate. So I got now 14 flavors and getting a sugar-free. And I just really wanted to do something right. It also kept me. So I wasn't doing a lot of competition. It kept me to one lane, and it allowed me to focus really heavy on one thing and put a lot of integrity in it and a lot of passion into it. Find the right products, find the right people to help me get it there.
Handcrafted.
Yeah, exactly. We make each one by hand. We have toppings for each one, from s'mores and marshmallows and graham crackers to crushed up cookie crumbs to dried blueberries and bananas.
So I know a lot of people have come and tried to knock you off. And I can say it. I mean, you don't have to say it. I'll say it. A lot of people have come and tried to knock you off. I've never seen anyone put out such a, I mean, you call it handcrafted. I just call it a great product. I've never bought one of your products and opened it and it had like holes in it or just been messed up. So I credit you for doing a handcrafted product. That's cool to still see in a metric world where everything is so, how fast can I get how many out? So, I mean, that's so cool to see. So you said you had how many flavors?
Yeah. Well, credit to my team, first of all, too.
Well, yeah, no, it's always a team effort.
My team, so I just want
to
say thank you.
But you had the vision. So, I mean, thank you for having the vision that leaded the ship. There's a captain to every ship. The ship doesn't sail without the crew, but there has to be a good captain. That's all I'm saying.
We have a high quality control and a level of integrity where all my people really care about what they're doing, which is what, like your guys do,
Yeah,
Excellent.
We take pride in everything we do.
I smoke Fuego concentrates and deep Fuego gummies too. I mean, you know what I mean.
Appreciate you saying that, and I know you mean it because I've smoked with you.
I I like top quality stuff. People that put passion into their work. And if you're talking about knockoffs, I mean, the thing is, this is a huge market. I've been around since the beginning. I've been around since when it was illegal. I've taken the risks. I've been busted for it. I've faced the PTSD of the drug war. Like I said, I could claim the drug war, even help my dad. Yeah. So I don't really look at it like competition because there's a big market out there and people will buy chocolate bars. And if you just do something right with integrity, people want that. And people will buy Budweiser, they'll buy knockoffs, they'll buy half-price chocolate bars, they'll buy stuff that just people don't put much effort into.
And when the quality's not there, they come back.
Just like flour.
I mean, I've tried every bar. I won't, like I said, bro, I'm not going to turn this into a roasting session. I promise you I wouldn't bring you here and do that. But I've tried every bar currently on Michigan's market. The only competitor in a chocolate standpoint that you have, and I mean this in my opinion again, is I think Kiva makes a good chocolate product. Not their bar though, their little terabyte things.
Okay.
I don't like the bar. The terabytes are great. But besides that, I haven't found a chocolate product like yours that I find. My favorite's chocolate banana. I love how you put the banana in it. I think it just is crafty. I like the Oreo one. The key lime's unique. I didn't even know you had 14 flavors. What are your top 5? If I was a brand new, you're on the adult use market, correct?
Yep, I'm both.
If I was a brand new buyer walking, if I was a brand new buyer walking into a store and I was like, man, I want to try a midnight bar. What are the top 5 flavors? What are the most common ones? What should somebody grab?
So we're releasing the toasted coconut. That's the
toasted
one
coconut
with dark chocolate. So it's amazing. Even people who don't like.
I got somebody eating it on the set, dude.
Almost gone.
Is that the toasted coconut? Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought she was eating it. I'm like, oh, of course.
Yeah, the s'mores is a killer. That's one of our top. Key lime, cookies and cream, thin mint cookie. Chocolate banana, blueberry, we go all over the thing. We have strawberry lemonade, we have strawberry milkshakes, we have all over the place, but those 6 are top along with milk and dark. We do have a sugar-free option now too, which nobody else optioned. So that's been a really big hit for diabetics.
What's the sugar-free flavor?
Milk chocolate.
Milk chocolate, just a straight milk chocolate.
A lot of people,
Is it complicated to make a sugar-free chocolate?
So we do it with like a chip compound that we help to. So it is good to find one. You don't want to find the wrong sugar-free product. There's stuff that gives you stomach pains and indigestion and nausea and stuff, especially if you eat a little bit of it too much. So you want to stick with the right sugar-free products,
Is there a benefit to using a chocolate over a gummy? For like, say I'm somebody who is in the market, and I have a certain, is there any type of condition that maybe medicated chocolate's better than a gummy? And I just ask because a lot of adult use consumers are brand new to cannabis, so I don't know if there maybe is a reason that they would go to one versus the other.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier. The andamine in the chocolate is that entourage effects. Chocolate is made with a cacao bean and it has andamine in it like mangoes do. So if you combine THC, pure THC like a distillate, or Kiva does they do a full spectrum where I think they use like a quiche or water hash. I actually prefer the distillate in it. I think it's cleaner. And with the andamine in the chocolate, it gives a really nice buzz. I've tried it all the different ways. I give shots out to all of them. I respect them. We're still in the beginning of the game, It's not even federally legal. So everybody in this game right now is still taking a big risk. And you know what I mean?
Bro, Risk. My middle name, Risk.
So I do respect all the other guys, and they're doing well in other states. And that's one of the big deals too, is, to be able to even try to take this outside of Michigan and stuff.
Oh, you got your own, my bad.
Yeah.
So,
somebody asked, will there be a dairy-free chocolate box?
I don't have one right now.
Is there such thing?
Yeah, for sure.
So it could be done with cannabis.
Yeah, for sure. There are dairy-free options there. We're looking for like a vegan, dairy-free, gluten-free, totally. So some of ours have cookie pieces, so they can't be gluten-free. So we have different options. The sugar-free is our first step in that direction. Obviously we want to get a vegan next, but we're taking one step at a time.
So when people, a lot of times in the gummy world, Dixie, myself, I don't think Midnight does it, or not Midnight, sorry. So we'll just use Dixie myself. We have gummies that are labeled indica and sativa. I've never seen a chocolate done that way. Could it be done that way, or is that something that's not as common in the chocolate world? I just ask you because I see you as like the chocolate dude.
Yeah, so to do something like that, really, you need to be single sourcing your product, and it needs to be single sourced from a plant that can be defined as sativa or indica, right? So
or batches. Essentially, you could do like a ton of sativa strains and know that if all of them were sativa, the batch source was sativa.
Yeah. So
do you think that's something you'll ever see in chocolate, or do you think it's just because of the entourage effect you described that they don't need to necessarily? Oh, that's all right. That would have been cool if it would have broke almost, bro. For like just for the camera.
Look at that.
Shit.
That fucking came out fine. It didn't even break.
It's good it did that because there was water in it, and I didn't want water in it. So I did that because there's water in it.
Well, so sativa indica, did you see that Oregon just fucking banned sativa and indica on their things? Oregon
Let's
is
talk
now
about that.
taking sativa and indica off.
What is the ruling? So medical or adult use?
So I don't know the ruling. Don't give me a thing, but I know that if we look it up, I know there's something because of that. Because it's an outdated term and it's a weird marketing term. Now, with what I do is, with distillate is, THC derived from usually biomass, winterized. So it usually doesn't incur THC. And I like to say that indica sativa are defined by the terpenes that you're using. So if you have, a lemon terpene.
So leading Oregon cannabis company to drop indica hybrid sativa.
Yeah, it's a term that's really weird because we're talking about stuff that has like grapes or apples where there's multiple varieties of a same thing, like apple. Like we have cannabis, and there's not just indica sativa or hybrid. We have, I could say my own genetics. I have like an Agent 18, and even if I stabilize that down pretty much, everything's going to be a little different every time.
That's literally what. So it's funny you say that. The article that I was just reading, I did a quick, you saw just a quick briefer.
Gary Gnu, read.
It said that it's an outdated way to label things.
That's what I would agree with. Yeah.
More strains, it's too hard to categorize them as one thing. So what it was saying is like you couldn't say gelato is indica because gelato could be energizing, focusing, relaxing. That doesn't necessarily meet the terms of indica.
Exactly.
Is that what you would say why it doesn't work?
Yeah, well, indica was normally based upon the region that the plant came from. Indica meaning the high Himalayan India region. So the plants were shorter, stockier, with wider leaves. It usually didn't normally meant to define an entire effects range of a plant. We need to kind of raise our awareness and then, define the plant by it. Because let's say you said gelato. Well, okay, are we talking about the Gelato 33, the Gelato 45, the Gelato 21? Are we talking about we got seeds from Gelato by
phenos, right?
Yeah,
Phenos
exactly.
matter.
You get seeds and you grow 100 seeds, you know that we're going to have at least 20 different phenos or 5 different phenos in there, right?
I know, right? Don't
So
knock your shit over.
how can you say that every gelato plant is going to be indica? That's such an outdated way of thinking. You know, we just got to expand our thought to defining it in more ways specific to a plant. So like if we were going to define grapes, you know, we would define Chardonnay or Merlot or, you know, Cabernet. And then, you know, they focus those down to specific plants, but cannabis hasn't been focused down to specific plants because of bad agricultural techniques. You know, we still have huge varieties all over the place. So we kind of have to outdate that. And like you're talking about single sourced chocolate, you know, to really single source a chocolate or to say it's a sativa, you could have a batch of sativa, but we can all argue that it would have to be the same plant grown on a mass scale, like outside or inside on a big scale and then you take all those, let's say super lemon haze or some specified sativa that we know is a sativa, and then use that as your extract. And then it would probably be better to just say super lemon haze, energizing, relaxing, you know, calming, and the things that super lemon haze give it, rather than just saying indica, you know?
Is that something you think we'll see?
I hope.
You would like to see it go
I mean, there's a lot of people that have been talking about it for years. What's the guy's name? There's a guy, I can't remember his name, but he's proposed like defining plants by their leaf structure, the size of their leaves, their growth structure, and then defining the effects of plants in a whole different category. So you're not just saying indica sativa, a hybrid. You know, we're defining the effects in a different category and then defining the traits of the plant in a different category based upon phenotype or genotype, right? So you're really taking it in a more educated way. You know what I mean?
No, I agree with you. That's why I was letting you go into it. So before we started this set, just to switch things up, we're talking about water versus no water.
Yeah. That was the first
thoughts
time
on
I
that?
thought about it. It was, well, tell me your side again with no water and futures idea, because
So
this
the
was the
homie
first time I
Future,
heard it today.
Shout out to the homie.
Yeah, I'm a Good Life Gang member too.
Shout out to the homie Future. So we were on a concept idea. Future came into town for the GLG meetup. I'm sure you've seen us being obnoxious.
Yeah, I wish I could have made it, you know?
Things happen. And we had talked about, you know, he said to me, keep your water in your weed pipe. And I guess the concept was that you get a different style hit, whatever it is, water versus no water in the pipe. What are your thoughts on that?
Well,
It's a lot harsher.
it
does have a little harsher of a hit.
a pipe accidentally without water, right? Because it's accident, of course, and then we're like, I got to put some water in it to make it hit better. I'm going to hit it with water right now, just because I'm used to it. I think the benefits of water is it cools it down before it hits your lungs, right? But I mean, we're doing low temp. This is at 470, I think, on here.
Well, either way, I encourage everybody to try it both ways and see what they think, bro.
I might have to pour it out and do a separate scientific test, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just different to see. It's like a way. Can't believe I forgot Q-tips, but that's life.
Oh, I've got some. Do we have Q-tips over there?
So let's switch gears again. Now that that was just a brief thing I wanted to chat with you about.
Yeah.
It's just interesting to see people, you know, doing different methods on how they dab. That's literally what I was about to talk about. What
you can have
is
this.
that? We'll smoke one.
Oh, yeah,
Fuck it.
yeah.
What is this? What in the fuck am I holding in my hand?
So these,
I love you. Not you. You. No, I'm just kidding. What are these? What in the fuck? Hold up, let me see it. Right, further back. Hopefully the roof don't come down on us. We good? So what are we looking at, bro?
So that's a 24 karat wrapped, gilded, with Italian gold, 24 karat, around chlorophyll free, starch free hemp.
These got weed in them?
Cannabis leaf, yes. Yep. You can have one of those lighted up there, Chad. Yeah, for sure.
I got to hand one to my brother real quick.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
seen him over there peeking around the corner and shit.
I think is that one packed? I think it is, right? But either way, these
That one's not packed?
So these are, we have also the new mulched ones. We're removing the chlorophyll on these, and we actually have them 24 karat gold on the tip here with rose petal on the end, the nice wood filter.
This one is.
But they're
I
hemp.
can see the weed in it.
John Carlos Magars, hemp. And we make them in a shell. That's the difference between our Cannagar company and another Cannagar company. The benefit of having a shell is that you don't wrap it around wet leaf, and therefore you're not going to incur molding between the flower and the wet leaf when they cure. So you take the flower after it's already fully dried and put it into the shell. And
how should you light these?
these ones are totally fine to be lit with a normal lighter. That one, you're probably going to need a torch. You're probably going to need to light a big torch, and you probably need to kind of like cut a little hole in the other end for a draw hole. Like I'd cut like a little. If there isn't a hole there, I'd cut. I can't really see it.
Also, I'm handing it over to you.
Yeah. I might.
So this one we could light with a lighter?
Yeah, for sure. Go for it.
Gravy.
Right here. That's rolled with some sprinkles, which is Aficionado Genetics Gelato 33 crossed by Skittles, crossed by Magnum Opus.
So when someone smokes this, I'm gonna kick this shit across the room. Is it like a cigar? Do they inhale it? Explain to somebody. Because I feel like the AU market, bro, there's a lot of disconnect. They see something like this, they think cigar. Is this something you can inhale like a normal smoke? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point. It's John Carlos is in fourth generation Nicaraguan cigar maker, so his family has been in the cigar business forever. And
he makes the leaf?
Yep, we remove the chlorophyll and the starches from the hemp, and then form it into, we either use it just as the leaf like this, right, where you can see it just as the leaf, and you can see the veins in it because it's actual leaf, or we mulch it up and can make it into the mulch paper, which some argue might burn a little smoother, a little cleaner. But either way, they're a great way to enjoy your cannabis. Luxury, I'd say cigar, luxury cigar is what we're going for. But at the same time, it's like a big fat blunt with a nice wood mouthpiece on it. It's solid. I think everybody needs to try one, not only just for celebration times, but for just Friday nights alone.
Got a unique taste to it.
It's about 3 grams for our original size like that.
Now, these are in metric shops.
Yep. Choice Labs is putting these out, and you can buy them in any shop. I could just contact me or them, and you can purchase them for your
Are these
shops.
available on the medical and adult use side, or just the medical side?
Both.
How do you choose the flower that goes into these?
Carefully,
All right, bro. We're gonna play that game. Do you work with different grows in Michigan? Do you have your own grow?
I don't have my own grow right now, but I do work with many different grows. I try to find the best. I visit a lot of different grows and test their products out before we put them in there, of course. I mean, there's a lot of subpar stuff on the Michigan market, and there's a lot of really good stuff. It just takes time to find it, and you got to know the right people.
Is there any growers that you can say that you've collabed on? Are you if not, we can just move on.
I mean, I've said a lot. I don't want to leave anybody out. You can check my Instagram page at Midnight Roots, and I always post about who I'm collabing with. So
there is a chance that somebody's favorite Michigan grower could be collabing with Midnight Roots.
Yeah, exactly. We've got a lot of collabs coming up with specific growers too that we're going to be putting out.
I fuck with Golden Kind hard. I fucking do a bunch of stuff with Viola. So that's why I was saying, is there any
Relief Center that's killing it? They sent us some brandy wine that was just fire. I love their shit lately. Space.
Shout out Willie Blasted.
Yeah.
Shout out Les Chief.
Yeah,
we got a collab coming with him that's gonna be dumb.
we got some space camp stuff actually the other day from a smaller grower that just entered the scene actually, and really fire motor breath that he had. Check it out though. There's a lot of good guys. Apothecary has really been coming through some really fire organic stuff.
When you look for something to do a collab with Midnight, what do you look for? Is it fruity weed? Is it gassy weed? Is it dense nug, airy nug? Like, what is like the ideal flower for you? What is Jake like?
I like gas a lot. I'm a big OG Kush, a big Chem Dog, a big mixture of. I do like a Skittles candy. I do like a nice orange back end every now and then. Like an Agent Orange or an Agent 18, you know, I like the Gambit. You give me a good flavor profile, I like it. I do have my own genetics line, Midnight Roots Genetics, so I do breed to what I like, and I've kind of been handing my genetics out to different growers so I can hopefully get some of my specific
some of your
flavors.
Strains. What are some things that Midnight?
You know, like Howlin' Diablo, the Stoned Owling.
Diablo.
Yeah.
What is the crosses, if you can
Ghost
tell us?
OG by Fire OG, crossed by OG 18.
What made you pick those? What is that? Two of your favorites? Is that something you always liked?
So I wanted something close to the catfish, right? And I didn't want to just take DNA Genetics OG18, which is kind of what the catfish is. It's an OG18 back cross, pheno of it. And
would you say the the catfish is your most well known?
It was my first win, and I've made a bunch of stuff with it. So I wanted to breed with it, and I had a Fire 18 male that was given to me by Leaf Doctor. And so the Fire 18...
Shout out Leaf Doctor. He got some wins on his belt.
Yeah, good guy, Marcel. He's killing it, and I shout out to him. He's always been really good. We've always had a really strong competition our entire career, and he's always been a kind guy. I think the catfish was his first weed he smoked. I've got video of it one time. It's legendary. He never smoked weed, and he said, if I win first place today, I'm going to smoke weed. So I rolled up a big-ass Magar of catfish. And, and he won a first place. And right when we came down, he was like, where's the joint? And I handed it right to him. And he was like, oh shit, are you kidding me? Yeah,
he thought it was a joke.
He hit it.
He thought it was a joke.
Yeah, that's a legendary one. I'm not going to show the video, but it was a good time.
He thought it was a joke.
Yeah, he's a good guy. But but I wanted the Fire 18, and he knew it. If he's used a lot of these, the Fire 18 made his East Side OG. Made a couple of his other wint crosses that he's won with, so it's a solid cross by Headcracker. And Fire is a great OG, because OG is hard to breed with. So the OG 18 is the large yielding OG, and the Fire gets a lot of the OG dominance in it. So then it crosses great with any other the other moms. So if you have like the Sun 3, Sunshine 4, you have some of the other winners like that. It comes through really well with the OG and then whatever you hit it with. So it was a great mom to work with. I still work with it. It's killer. I made a couple of really solid, stable crosses with her, and that's why I used her. But now I'm moving on to like the Sunshine Kush. I'm going to make some crosses with the Sunshine Kush. You know, maybe the Stoned Owl, which is my sour OG. I won two cups with the sour OG and a cup with the Sunshine 4. So I'm going to start breeding with those lines pretty soon. You know.
Are you entered in this cup?
I'm not. No.
I didn't enter either. Don't worry. I was just curious.
It is what it is. I just didn't meet it on time, and I just
there was a lot. It was hard. There was a lot of crazy shit going on. I feel you. So future plays for Midnight. Will we see concentrate? It sounded like you almost were saying that.
Yeah, of course. Right now, I'm sticking to what I do, trying to get my own license and trying to get my own thing going on. But I'm producing and scaling up the Midnight bars, and I'm doing the John Carlos Magars. And right now, we're actually working on taking these to Nevada right now. So
the Las Vegas market.
Yeah, Las Vegas. So Planet 13 is our big news. We got a big order with them, so we're going to be...
Damn, you going to Planet 13?
Yeah, they're doing exclusive with us.
You got to say a little louder, bro. Acting like it's just some hush-hush bullshit.
Yeah.
Say that shit loud for them.
It's a dream come true.
There you go. That sounds better.
Yeah,
I feel like we on training day. I'm Denzel Washington his ass right now.
Yeah. I mean, they are the biggest in Vegas right on the Strip.
There we go.
You know, they're honored. They went through 40 different products and...
Shout out Planet 13. Yeah. Every time I've ever been there, a couple of the owners have always made sure it's been a great time for me. I've met them at BizCon a few times. Good people. If you out in Vegas, make sure you get you the Magar, make sure you visit Planet 13.
Yeah.
How far out are we?
Yeah, well, soon. We're in the process of putting together the
Can we
packaging.
say 6 months?
Way sooner than that.
Well, I mean, I
a
get
month
people
or
on
two.
here and they say
Yeah.
soon,
A month
and then I
or
get a
two.
DM
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like 2 years later, and they're like, "Hey, bro, this shit ain't dropped."
No, the way I move, 2 weeks. The way life moves, probably a month, right? You know, so it's
So
moving.
by BizCon.
Yeah, for sure. We should be moving. We've
Will you
already
be attending
done.
BizCon?
We've done all the testing. They've got all the testing. Everything's passed. Everything. Our hemp is chlorophyll free. It's exactly what says it is. It's
How recently did you find that information out?
like a week ago.
So it was an early birthday present.
Yeah, maybe 3-4 days ago.
It's an
really,
early
you know.
birthday present.
Yeah, today is my birthday, right?
Happy
Yeah,
birthday,
yeah.
Jake.
Happy birthday.
Look at that. He came out on his birthday. I feel super special. So assuming Vegas launch goes great, will we see you out in Vegas more?
Yeah. The midnight bars are going to be launched in Vegas as well.
Look at this. Look at all this exclusive shit we got happening on here,
You
man.
know, so we're going to be bringing all them there. Hopefully, other places soon, but we're taking one step at a time, like I always do. You know, so
So is it Planet 13 exclusive right now for any of the products?
yeah, for the Magars right
For
now.
the Magars. Now
They're
the
gonna do
midnight
some-
bars may be other places,
Yeah, it'll
but
be everywhere.
well,
Yeah.
everywhere. So Magars, Planet 13.
But Planet 13 will be everywhere too. We'll just do distributing through Planet 13.
I ain't trying to get you into
Collab.
trouble. I'm just trying to let people know.
No, it's not like anything like that. We're all good.
So it'll be everywhere.
Yeah. It's they know it's on. It's a good time. I'm excited.
Are you excited for BizCon?
Yeah, these are
They've
all
moved
gonna,
BizCon up. I'm sure you've seen.
Yeah,
October.
Yeah. I did not see actually.
Oh well. In October we gonna be stunting, and I hope you're coming.
Yeah,
I know you're coming.
I'll
I'm not
have to
kidding.
come down there. Yeah, for sure.
It's gonna be a
that.
great time. So with the Vegas launch, will it be all the flavors?
Yeah, well, hopefully. Yep, I think so. We got the machines going. We're hiring people right now. You know, we've got the location locked down. So, we've
Any
got it
other
locked in.
states you can announce? I mean, shit.
No, that's where we're at right now.
He's like, no, bro, don't be asking for too much. So the Magars, well, those will be with, just so people realize this again, those will be with local Las Vegas cultivators.
Of course, they have to be produced in state with
And I know
under
you said
local laws.
I
They'll
know
be.
you said Nevada or whatever. But
we
no offense to
we
Vegas.
sell the shells. We make the shells, so they're going to take their flower, kind of how we do through Choice, where Choice helps us buy the flower.
You'll be visiting the facilities yourself.
Yep, of course.
So,
Well, Planet 13 has their own grows, and they're really well. They do fucking killer. Their grows are ridiculous, and we can get them genetics, and the growers are.
So they already have grows.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
people don't know about Planet 13, so they have everything out there. They're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah. They wanna make a really high-end product, and they think we can help them do that.
So I told you before I had you come on, a bunch of people had asked me about this music, plants.
Yeah. Yes, you did.
Explain a little bit, and I don't want you to give away your secrets or any of that. What is it, like you have a method that you grow with music, your background's in music. Touch a little bit on the topic of music growing weed.
Okay, so yeah, we did talk about this, and I've been on a couple other shows, and I've been doing some stuff on my Instagram about it. So I produce music, right? Stone Owl is my music group, so stoneowl.com.
Just like the genetic.
Not Stoned Owl, Stone.
Stone, also
S-T-O-N-E.
no D.
Yep, Stone Owl. And
I was just like, wait a minute, I heard that shit before.
yeah, and I've been doing some stuff by basically what I do is called biodata sonification. So it's a shit that has been developed by some scientists in Italy in like the 70s. So they take this device that has electrodes, and they connect. We connect it to a plant, cannabis plant, bamboo plant, and we take the resistance and the impedance between the electrodes and turn it into music. That's the sonification. So we take different things. Plants, when we're using, I've seen people take mushrooms. I've seen people take crystals, and as long as you can get the impedance to change, it will turn to your synth and start playing different things. So that's what I've been doing to play music a lot. But I also do take crystal bowls and other tones and actually play them to my plants. It
What
is
is the
a
effect
deal.
you believe that has?
I don't know, calms them down just like music would to a person, like what the effect would be to a person. It's kind of unmeasurable, right? It's just going to relax your vibration and make it harmonize with those around it. Sometimes, like, you know, you can go so much as to take different tones or different songs and different frequencies and play them to them at different parts of the flowering period. Now, any measurable effect is unknown, but I mean, in like I was talking about the other day in India, they used to take
Hold up.
sitar songs and they would play it to their plants and use it as a pesticide. So, no, look at that. You got fucking lamb chop. No, I got this one. You got lamb chops like a motherfucker. So anyways, I was saying, some people actually used to take songs and play them to plants as a pesticide. They'd play them to different whole areas, and they could keep the plants free of pests by just playing different sounds and frequencies. There's a couple of products on the market that do that. So a measurable effect of what sound could do to a room is that there's a, you know, or at the same time, you know, just for the effect of helping that plant relax, you know, if something as easy as that, or helping the fucking grower to relax in the room, you know.
Just help me relax right now.
Right?
Bro.
Some people are stressed out having to transplant all day or trim the plant
So have
up
you
or
found
something.
a certain kind of music that helps keep pesticides away?
So
And you don't have to, and you can say yes and not say the music type, bro. But I mean, is it really like that? You believe it? Could
There's
be
a couple
like
of
that?
products on the market. If you really want to shoot out and sonic bloom, you just set it aside, maybe. The sonic bloom is actually a product that claims that you put it in the room and it keeps pesticides away and stuff, but I haven't noticed any noticeable difference by playing, you know, plants. I'm not that scientific with it.
No, I meant it seriously. That's
I've read
crazy,
some
bro.
stories, so I recommend all your viewers to actually do their own research on it and, you know, do their own. Don't listen to me. You know, go do your own research and
Now,
do your
Jake,
own.
is that something you leave like
stuff.
full time? Like you go away and you leave music playing in the grow? Like, and I'm being serious. I'm not trying to be a clown. Like, is that for real? Like, is
Some
that
people
something
do
you
that.
would do?
I have, yep. Like I said, I usually play like crystal bowls or stuff like that to it when you walk into a room, or leave it in there for like 30 or 40 seconds. Kind of calm the room and add to a certain vibration in the room. But if you do play music, you know, the funny thing is I've studied this a bunch, and I've actually talked about this on a couple of shows. When you do play it, if people go out there and decide to turn their boombox on, you know, only play it for 3 hours and then leave it off for 3 hours. Like actually put your radio on a timer. Because all the studies I've ever done say that anything over 3 hours has a negative effect on your room, you know? So I haven't done a lot of effect with it like that.
Why that would be? Or
I don't
like,
know.
Or
I
just
don't
what
know.
the studies
Maybe it
say?
could just have to do with the vibration that the fucking magnet is getting off from the speaker in the room. It could be something that's deeper than I even know.
So I feel
know
like
what I mean?
a lot of growers always say like replicating the outside, replicating normal like environment is what they want. Do you believe that? Is that something that like you think is how it is?
I would love to have an outdoor greenhouse, a legal one. I don't have one.
No,
You
I
know,
meant like when you're trying to have the best grow, they say you want to replicate like a certain grow situation. Is that what you believe, or are you like, because you're adding music, so you're trying to make the best, like what you think would be like an ideal situation for even a human for the grow?
I would think that the plant could be a living creature in that way, right? The plant might have some
So you want
sort
it to be
of
comfortable.
So it has to it responds to stimuli, and that would be like the sign of some sort of consciousness, right? It could incur pain. So if you put a hot light next to it, it might grow away from that hot light, and we've all seen that. I mean, there's not much debate in that. You know, it will respond to stimuli. So what does the stimuli have effect? I don't know. What does things have effect on humans? That's about the only perception I know is what it does to me. So my own personification of the plant, you know, is what it is. They're all theories. They're all, you know, I don't have any quips in saying that I'm not the best grower in the world, and there are people that are way better and know better than me. But I like to do these experiments, and I like to see what has an effect. And I've won 11 cannabis cups. You know, I've bred my own cups, so it might show in my flower and my breeding.
So when you say you won a cannabis cup, which we know you won it with genetics you created, correct?
Yeah.
So not only have you won a cup, you created genetics that you grew yourself that won a cup. I just want to sum it up because a lot of people that watch our shit, bro, be in new states that haven't really come on. So it's like, I just want them to be able to understand like the levels that you've reached.
Yeah, in
you know,
2017, right, I won with the Sunshine 4, right? Some people say the Sunshine 3, because it is a 3.
The Sunshine 3?
It's a whole separate concentrate, but either way, I won with the Sunshine 4 in 2017, and I bred that with the Fire 18, to make the Sunshine Kush, and I won the next year with the 2018 with the Sunshine Kush in the Indica category. So I won first in both with the mom and with the baby. So that's, you know, I was proud of that one, right? You win with the mom and then cross it and then win with that one. So that was fun. And that's when it was, you know, really hard. I was doing it with my own booth, a 10 by 10. You know, I wasn't winning the Sunshine Kush with one of the bigger name dispensaries at the time, right? I actually went alone to try to just show that my own genetics could go there, and that you didn't need to stack it with, you know, 50 entries in there or out of 80 or something like that. I went in with a cup or entry or two, you know, in each category, and it won.
You came home.
It was a good time. Those days were fun. I wish I missed the damn Cannabis cups, you know, those entries and shit like that. I miss all those different things.
It's not the same, is it? You looking for the lighter?
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah. Crude boys lighter. Yeah, so I missed
Keep that down.
I missed the Cannabis cups, man. Those were fun times, right? You know, walk around.
Man.
People would just line up, do dabs together.
You said that, bro. Let's
right.
Let's talk about this real quick then. So we can go back right now. I got a time machine, right? I pulled a motherfucker out. We can go back to any Michigan Cannabis Cup. Which year and location are we going back to, Jake?
Yeah, time machine. I don't know.
I'm pushing the button. Where do you want to go?
I don't know. The 2014 one, there was a fucking storm, so it blew the thing away. So I actually never got to receive the award for the cup. So my first Cannabis cup I ever got. So
it was a Clio, right?
Yeah.
So anybody that's been to these cups knows that, like, Clio, you might get one good day, but by day 2, the storm is blowing that shit. Bro, we've never had a complete weekend that it hasn't happened. Like,
dude, I watched
remember
people's
Coco
glass
winning,
shit just flying, $5,000 glass pieces flying 20 feet in the air.
I remember Coco Extracts winning his cup, bro. Diesel and them running up the stage, the rain pouring on us. We're holding it, dude. Yeah. It's so funny.
They didn't even do that in 2014. So I'd go back to that so I could at least get to receive it on for my first one because I missed it. It was like a little photo shoot in the fucking corner of the garage or something. You're like,
I miss seeing dudes like Danny Danko and all them, like, you know, like, no disrespect to Metric and how it's been, bro, because it's been good to me. I know it's been good to you. But, like, bro, looking back,
what it is. I respect it.
I miss that feel. Like, you're talking about you know, it's crazy because a lot of those brands that we saw that, you know, you would think for sure were going to be big players. And again, I'm not taking shots at people. The Clear, what was the other one that just had a booth, that had the biggest booth there was? They made edibles. Anyway, there's a ton of them. And you don't even see those brands. And they were, like you said, they were massive at the Cup. So it's just wild how the game's been, man. It's been a wild road.
Regulation is a weird topic. Like, a lot of people have a problem with with the legal market, not understanding what a business needs to do to get in a regulated market. I mean, I don't like commercial big grows and those and all that, but to play the game and to move on in life, you have to understand that your shit needs to be tested properly. I mean, I was there. I would watch people put Eagle 20 shit in everywhere. I remember the biggest grows in California posting on Instagram how you should be spraying with Eagle 20 every 2 weeks and shit like that. Like, back in the day, people were just poisoning their shit. So I at least like the fact that we're not having pesticides and fungicides on our shit. But other than that, it should be an open case. Like, we should all be able to grow as long as we can test it and shit like that. You know, I mean, Jesus. But it has been interesting. It has been an interesting ride. I jumped on board early because I wanted the chocolates to be to a larger market. Same reason you did. You just got to play the game. You know?
It is. That's how it is, bro. You know, like, everyone's always like, "Oh man, you went to the legal game. You went to the legal game, bro." I want to be part of cannabis history, and if you're not willing to take change, you're not going to be part of history. That's just how it is.
I mean, there's a lot of other states that have had the same thing happen, from a caregiver to a rec
Oklahoma,
to
bro.
Washington.
Look at anywhere, Washington,
you know, a lot of
Cali,
places.
everywhere.
Yeah.
You either roll with the punches or get rolled on, bro.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, it should just be completely legal and open to everybody.
It should.
But in every market, though, but you're still to be a big grow, you would still have to be like face regulators. You would still have to pay these fines and pay these fees and stuff. So it's like the way they're doing it is fucked up. Like the way they don't. Not everybody knows what they're doing, but it's working.
It's a
right. You know what I mean?
sword.
It's a double-edged sword, like anything else, right?
Double-edged sword, bro.
But I'm rolling with it, and the chocolate bars are rolling with it, and the Magars are on
the Las Vegas rollout coming. More new stuff coming in Michigan, right?
Yeah, we're doing new flavors.
We're hoping to go out on our own.
Hopefully, we're going to be doing new products soon. New different types of SKUs with the Magars, different ones. We're going to bring them coated with keef, and we're going to do a couple different Magar SKUs. You know, why not? You know.
I can't wait to see it, man.
No, I appreciate you, man.
As always, Jake, thank you so much for coming out, man. Thank you for talking. Thanks for chopping it up with it. I forget what episode we were on. I was about to shout that out.
Thanks, Blaze.
Episode 8.
Yeah, thanks, Blaze.
Midnight in the building. Happy birthday, dude.
Thank you, everybody.
Happy birthday, dude. We're going to smoke that big-ass one and eat some lamb chops with you.
Yeah, bro. I'm down with that.
He says, I'm down with that.